Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Virginia Students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you all so much for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening this fall, although this is the last week to participate in those. So make sure you check out our full schedule if you want to get any more in before the end of the week. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at our website, strivescan.com/Virginia. I would now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you so much. We're so excited for you to join us this afternoon. My name is Caitlin Asif. I'm the Director of Admission at Hollins University, an alum class of 2011 and a fellow equestrian. So I had the privilege of riding on our team all 4 years during my time at Hollins. I am joined by some wonderful colleagues from different private institutions, private liberal arts institutions across Virginia and North Carolina. And I'm excited to turn it over to Jarrett to introduce himself, and we'll get started here shortly.
Hi, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jarrett Smith. I'm the Director of Admissions. I am a BC alum, class of 03. Was a student athlete at Bridgewater, but not part of the equestrian team, so can't share that experience with you, but I am excited to talk with you about Bridgewater and the equestrian program today. We'll turn it over to Debbie.
Oh, Debbie, you're muted.
Sorry about that. My name is Debbie Bell, and I'm Director of Regional Admissions here at St. Andrews University. I've been working at St. Andrews for about 22 years now, and I am the equestrian recruiter for us. So I hope to see a lot of you on the road this fall as soon as COVID lets us go. And now I will turn it over to Ms. Taylor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Patterson. I'm the Associate Director of Outreach here at Briar College. I am an alumna, class of 2016, and also an equestrian. I look forward to getting to know you guys, and I'm going to turn it over to Odessa.
Hi guys, my name is Odessa Thacker. I am also an alum, as many of us are here, but I am an alum of Emory and Henry College. I am also the equestrian admissions counselor. I don't know who's next, but
I think that has us all covered. So we'll dive right into our overview and what we plan to cover in today's session. So we'll get started with some tips and tricks to help you get started on your equestrian college search, go over some of our individual program highlights and our recruitment processes for our equestrian programs themselves, learn a little bit more about the student athlete experience, particularly at the small liberal arts private institutions that we are, the academic programs and careers for your future, being an equestrian, how you can really apply those to your future, scholarship opportunities, and then important questions that you should really consider during your college search. Just want to make sure that you're mindful that there is a Q&A, so feel free to, along the way, if you have questions, go ahead and plug those into the Q&A, and one of us would be happy to answer those for you. Otherwise, we do have time at the end to also receive and answer questions. So to start off, give you some tips on how you get started. So the first thing is, if you are actively seeking to be a part of an equestrian program in college, you want to start thinking about the kind of program that you want. So what is the program affiliation? You can see a number of the opportunities for equestrian program affiliations, whether it's IHSA, ANRC, IDA, NCEA. What kind of program do you want for your college experience? There are some really great resources for you to identify which program is going to be best suitable for you. One of those here is College Teams NCAA versus IHSA. So that program and that guide can give you a little bit of knowledge about backgrounds of programs and how you might be a good fit for different programs versus others. You'll also want to pay particular attention to the disciplines of riding. So all of us will talk about the different disciplines that we offer at our respective institutions, but not all of them are the same. So some might be more Western focused, dressage focused, hunter jumper focused, So it's important that you know what kind of discipline you're seeking in your college experience as well. Whether or not you know that you want to be able to participate in open show opportunities. So not just affiliated with the intercollegiate riding, but also what other opportunities are you seeking in your riding career at your undergraduate experience? Or are you just looking to be able to continue your love and passion for riding, but maybe not do so much on the competitive side of things in college? So making sure that you know that balance and what you're really looking for in terms of this type of riding, whether it be competitive or just for pleasure in your college experience. The USEF College Search can be a really helpful tool. So if you go to USEF's website, they actually have a college search tool that you can utilize where you can get to know a lot of different college equestrian programs. So I would definitely encourage you to check that out. And then other things to think about outside of the equestrian world, right? So we know that you're going to college to pursue your academics and prepare you for your career. So things to think about include, does the institution have the academic program? Is it going to be a size of institution that you're seeking? If you're looking for a really small institution, are the big NCAA, some of the big NCAA schools, are they going to be a good fit for you for your academic needs as well? So starting to weigh those balances between what you need for your equestrian career and what you want to get out of that experience, but also really the purpose of that student athlete experience is for you to be a student. So what features of a campus community are really important for you to get that great academic experience to help launch you for your future? Location can play a factor. So we are all really regionally accessible for Virginia students. So whether located in Virginia or North Carolina. So thinking about location, are you willing to go far away? Do you want to stay more close to home? And then opportunities outside of just academics and the equestrian world. So how are these institutions that you're looking at going to prepare you for your future? If it's outside of the equestrian world, if it's within the equestrian world, what features do these institutions like internships, experiential learning have to prepare you to be successful in those areas? So think about your experiences and really take time to reflect on what you want and try and align them with what the institutions that you're looking at have to offer. And then make sure that you're making those connections now. So even if you, I don't know who we have on the session, but if you're a sophomore, it's not too early to start. If you're a freshman, it's not too early to start. So start making plans to connect with coaches early on so that they see that demonstrated interest. That's something that's important with our college decision process for students to show their demonstrated interest. And I think all of our institutions have the opportunity for you to fill out an inquiry form through our athletics websites or through our equestrian sites so that you can get in contact with coaches and they can see that you are interested in learning more about our programs.
So we had our first question come in, and the question is, does NCEA require you to have your own horse, or are you able to use horses provided or owned by the college? Does anyone know the answer to that?
Odessa, do you want to? You know?
Well, we do not have an NCEA team, so I think maybe a college who has an NCEA team should probably answer that.
Yes. Taylor?
We have an NCEA team and we have the option to be able to, you can ride your own horse, but you can also ride a school horse as well.
Great. And thanks for the question to get us started here. If you have additional questions, don't hesitate to chime in there and ask them for us. So a little bit about Bridgewater College, since we are alphabetically first amongst this group. Bridgewater's equestrian team is one of our youngest teams on campus. Our first equestrian season was the 2000-2001 academic year. So it's been around for about 19 years with us now. Overall, in terms of campus and athletics, we have 23 different varsity level sports. That does not include our equestrian team. And our equestrian team is going through some changes for this upcoming fall. So we are shifting to become an NCEA EA team, and it'll be a fully funded team through the college as well. So it'll be recognized as a varsity level sport, have full funding through the college. And the equestrian sporting itself is on the early or in the up and coming NCAA list as well. So it is looking to gain some NCAA sponsorship. You can see here on the slide some of our recent highlights. Obviously, our season last year was cut short because of COVID and the pandemic and campuses closing down. But if you do choose to come to Bridgewater and have interest in doing an education component for equestrian as well, we offer an equestrian studies minor, and you can see the courses listed here. It's one of those programs that's easily partnered with a business major or a biology major. If you wanted to do a pre-vet track, we have a dual degree program set up with Virginia Tech. And not only have we had students go into Virginia Tech's veterinary program, we've also had students get into Ohio State, Colorado State, North Carolina State University as well. And an important thing to note with those additional programs is the students that were accepted into those programs were not from that home state. So that was a really selective process there for those students to get awarded admission being out-of-state students. Our equestrian program has had a lot of success over the short lifetime that they've been with us on campus. They are part of our vibrant community. We have about 1,500 students on campus, and our equestrian riders, those that would say I am taking a class or part of the club, there's about 100 students on campus that would fall in that category. So it's definitely a large portion of our campus community. In addition to that community, about 30% of our students participate in a varsity level sport. So it is, that 100 that do ride are part of a larger athletic community as well for us. So I'm going to shift things over here to Odessa and Emory and Henry.
All right. So I'm going to try not to make this too long. Y'all feel free to let me know if I'm going on too long. So Emory and Henry College, located in Southwest Virginia, offers an equine studies program that gives students the opportunity to earn a bachelor's of science, a bachelor's of arts, a minor in equine studies, or you can go the pre-vet route, which is combined with our biology and animal science programs. Our equine studies program is very broad-based. Essentially, you're covering every aspect of the equestrian industry. You won't just learn very specific things, you learn a little bit of everything. Typically, that does help our graduates get more opportunities once they do graduate, just helps overall knowledge of the horse world. Our professors are current professionals in the industry with connections all over the world, and we often send our students throughout the United States and internationally for internships and jobs after they graduate. Students receive an extremely hands-on and personal education with opportunities to do things like running horse shows, shadow certified judges, clinic with well-known professionals, assist in training horses. We rehab horses as well when they've been injured, assisting in caring for one of our pregnant brood mares and helping when the foals are born, assistant teaching riding classes and earning class credits while you get to work for professionals at shows. And then our riding teams, which technically is separate from our actual equine major. Our riding teams currently hold 21 national championship titles, and we are the reigning IHSA national championship team. We primarily compete in the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association and the Intercollegiate Dressage Association, and we also compete with the American National Riding Commission in their annual show. Riders of all levels are welcome on our team. You do not have to be an equine studies major to ride and show with us. We attend outside shows as well, both rated and local. You can see some of the associations on this page that we do attend typically. And you can show your own horse in these outside shows or one of our school horses. Riding classes are a part of our curriculum, so students also earn credits towards their degree while they take riding classes. And we are a varsity level sport, so we're completely funded by the college. All of our team apparel, team fees, athletic training, chiropractic work, all the travel, it's all taken care of. Our riding facility consists of about 120 acres with 2 indoor arenas attached to our 80 stall barn, so it's really easy access, which is awesome in the winter and bad weather. And we also have a large outdoor arena and a cross-country course. Students may bring their own horse to the school with them if they'd like to. We do have about 20 stalls available for students. And then the last thing that I'll point out is we also offer summer camps and equestrian performance scholarships. You can scan the little QR code on this page and you can get all the information you want, including a barn tour and information about how to get recruited. But feel free to follow us on social media and keep up with us as well.
Awesome, thank you. So want to dive in a little bit more about the Hollins University riding opportunities. So our equestrian facility is right on campus, which makes it really convenient for students to access. I would encourage that you scan the QR code so that you can learn more about our equestrian program and follow us on Instagram specifically, but also Facebook for some up-to-date information and knowledge about our team and opportunities. We do have 35 school horses that are very high quality school horses, many of which have shown at WEF, have shown at Washington International, but have either decided to take on a second career and downgrade their performance a bit. But we are very blessed with our wonderful alumni support to provide us with such amazing horses. We do offer small group lessons and hunt seat equitation focused riding. So small group lessons, no more than 5 students in each lesson, and those do count for credit. So students can take classes just as a PE credit, or if you wanted to continue to be more competitive, there are opportunities for you to have private lessons as well as our group practice rides for our IHSA practice. We do have the opportunity for you to bring your own horse to campus. So we have boarding on campus, which is really convenient, but you don't have to bring your own horse if you don't have it. We have plenty of horses, like I said, that will provide you the experience that you need to improve your riding skills. We have a riding club on campus as well, and wonderful riding clinic opportunities. And I'll highlight a couple of recent alums that came back to campus this year to provide riding clinics to our current riders. We do compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, excuse me, I'm tongue-tied, as well as the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association. We also compete in local and national horse shows on either students' horses or horses owned by Hollins, both rated and associate shows. We have the convenience of having Lexington, Virginia, and the Virginia Horse Center almost in our backyard, so just a short 40-minute drive up 81. So that provides a really convenient place for students to compete in open shows. We also really pride ourselves on our student success. So there are opportunities for students that are rising 9th through 10th graders in high school to come join us for our Hollins summer program, where they're getting instruction from our wonderful coaches. We have a really strong pre-vet program at Hollins with 100% placement rate into veterinary school. Some of those recent veterinary school placements include Texas A&M, Tennessee, University of Wisconsin, and then Virginia, Maryland Veterinary School. So some really reputable programs that our students are finding that are really attributed to the opportunities for experiential learning and research, as well as wonderful internship opportunities during their time on campus. Some of our popular internships more recently have included our Merritt Creek Veterinary Clinic in West Virginia. It's alumni sponsored. You actually get housing and a stipend in order to take advantage of that experience. We've had students intern with Tad Coffin, Blue Ridge Equine Clinic, and Vet Dermatology of Richmond. So it's just to name a few. We also have equine opportunities for you to study abroad in Limerick Island and not only continue riding, but also take advantage of the equine studies program over there. In addition, we have had great success with our program. So we are consistently known as a nationally ranked program, and it shows with our success. So we've had 6 IHSA national titles, 19 IHSA national individual champions, 21 ODAC champions. So several accolades affiliated with our program, as well as wonderful success outside of the ring. So you can see here some of our alums. So Paige Cade, who is an alum and class of 2009, she has been running a really successful equestrian facility in Middleburg, Virginia, and brings and imports horses very regularly. And we just have the wonderful privilege of having her on campus as a clinician. Melissa Zimmer, another wonderful equestrian athlete who joined the national individual champions as a student, who also came back to campus recently as a clinician. And then one of my best friends, Sarah Jarasinski, who is a vet. She's actually a resident anesthesiologist at Texas A&M. So not only are you gonna be able to find that success in the ring, but also find that success outside of the ring and really launch yourself for a successful future.
Hey again, my name is Debbie, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the St. Andrews Equestrian Program. We at St. Andrews, we have about 300 acres of equestrian, which includes facility, 3 barns, riding rings, jumping rings, as well as where we house our horses. St. Andrews does own about 110 horses. We have boarding up for an additional 50 more horses, and we have boarding within a 5-mile radius. We can house about 200 horses. Our students come to St. Andrews to ride and for the academic programs at St. Andrews. I'd like to start just by talking about our IHSA teams, and then we'll go into our academics. We do have 5 competing teams. 3 are nationally ranked. Those teams are our hunter team, our Western team, and our dressage team, which is part of the IDA program. As I said, we are part of the IHSA program. We were in CAA, and in the past few years have gone into the IHSA world, which we absolutely love. Excuse me. We also have an ANRC team as well as an A show team. About 48% of our students that attend St. Andrews come to ride or touch the equestrian program. They may be therapeutic majors and not ride competitively. They may be pre-law, pre-med majors and ride competitively. So a lot of our students will mix and match. They will mix academics with competitive riding, or they may not mix and match and just do competitive riding. Just depends on what they want to do. Do you have to have your own horse to ride at St. Andrews? No, you're going to ride a St. Andrews owned horse. We do welcome you if you want to bring your 4-legged baby, and we understand that. As I said earlier, we do have boarding for you. Our coaches are professors, so our equestrian program is considered part of our academic program. A little bit different in that the professors that teach you are usually your coaches as well. Academics. How do we fall as far as majors and minors? St. Andrews offers 5 different academic programs. We do have equine business management. We have therapeutic horsemanship, which that is our call to fame. That's our baby. Our first graduate in that field graduated about 29 years ago from St. Andrews. Therapeutic horsemanship is a major and it is a minor. Equine science falls under our biology. Equine studies kind of covers the entire gamut of equine, and then we have the pre-vet program of study as well. Our pre-vet students are actually taught by Dr. Laura Kellum. Dr. Kellum is our veterinary in residence on the St. Andrews campus. So guess what happens if you're a pre-vet student and you're in Dr. Kellum's class and her beeper goes off? You're going out to take care of one of those 100 horses plus that we have over in the farm. Our students in the pre-vet program are very hands-on. They are in the field, they're on call. You could be suturing an eye this afternoon. You could be waking up with a horse with colic in the morning at 3:30. Whatever that horse needs is very a hands-on program, and you're going to be helping with Dr. Laura walk through those horses, whatever the call of duty may be at that time. We do have 100% of our students have gone to vet school from St. Andrews. Currently, we have students in University of Colorado, Texas A&M, NC State, and Virginia Tech, just to name a few. We do have those professionals out there in the working world as well. We have some located in WEF. We have some located with Kent Farrington up in Connecticut, and they travel all over. We have some in Kentucky, and then various other places in the United States, as well as internationally placed. One other thing I would like to talk about today are the other opportunities at St. Andrews. We do have over 27 athletic teams. We are part of the NAIA program. We pull students from 35 states and over 26 countries. St. Andrews is well known for the equestrian program, but we're also well known for our academics as well as the equestrian riding team. We ask you to come check us out. We are having on-campus visits as well as virtual visits. It just depends on what you want. our next equestrian scholarship weekend, and we do give equestrian scholarships. That opportunity for those that have applied, do not have to be admitted, but you do have to have an application in-house, is November 21st. So please take a look at the website and come visit with us.
Hello. So just a little bit about Briar. Our riding facility is directly on campus. So as you can see, you know, the one girl riding in the field, the campus is right behind her. If you don't mind, Jarrett, we'll go to the next screen. The beauty of our program is everybody can be a part of the equestrian program, whether you have never even touched a horse before, up to the students who have been competing most of their lives. We do have the opportunity to board your own horse, but we do have around 60 college-owned horses that you can choose from to ride. Our barn is newly renovated, so we had an alumna who generously donated money for us to be able to completely redo all of our stalls. So as you can see in the picture, everything is brand new. It's a 130-acre facility. We do have a regular show schedule. It just depends on the time of year, but we do take students off campus to local shows, rated shows. We also have shows on campus, and we have the NCEA and IHSA team. We also have an ODAC team as well. Our NCEA and IHSA teams are fully funded by the college. So all of your entry fees, travel expenses, all of that is covered by the college. We have clinicians that come on campus. Next weekend, we have Melanie Smith-Taylor coming. We've had Joe Farges, George Morris, Lyndon Gray, who's also an alumna of Briar. They come to campus, and that's no cost to our students. And if you are just interested in recreational riding, you can do that as well. Or if you just want to, you know, walk up to the barn and pet the horses, some students do that as well. We do have the local hunt club, Bring the Hounds, on campus for those of you who may be interested in hunter paces or fox hunting and that sort of thing. So we are offering on-campus visits, whether it's in person. We like to personalize your tour. You can see the brand new barn, and then we also have a virtual tour for you to take advantage of.
So one of the benefits of attending one of our schools is that we're small. We are all sort of classified as small private liberal arts schools. And with a small school, you're going to receive not only personalized attention from coaches, but you're also going to receive a personalized education. And you're going to be known by your name and not just known as your student ID number running through the system, which is really important. Because when it comes time and you're entering your senior year and it comes time to apply for graduate school or apply for careers, you're going to be able to go to a professor and ask them to write a letter of recommendation for you, and they're going to be able to talk about you as a person. They're not going to fill out a shell form letter that says insert name here, read resume, put in here. They're going to talk about you as an individual, what your strengths are, what you bring different to that environment, if it's in the job placement or into the career field, or excuse me, grad school. Attending a small school, doors are going to open. And what I mean by that, every time you go into education and get more education, more doors and opportunities open for you. But you're going to get even more doors opening for you by attending a small private liberal arts and participating in an equestrian program. Everyone here today has talked about their alumni coming back and contributing to their programs. Those are opportunities for you. Every opportunity is another door that opens for you. So you're going to have opportunities presented to you that other general student body students wouldn't have. You're going to get a personalized education, as we talked about. It is about you, and this process of selecting a college is largely about you. It's not about us as institutions. We traditionally are who we are. If you look at our past and look at any sort of projection plans that we have, they're going to give you an outline of who we are. We're not going to all of a sudden infuse 10,000 students onto our campuses. We're not going to pick up our locations and be able to move into the middle of a city or on the coast or on top of a mountain. We are who we are. So you've got the challenge to figure out what fits you in your college selection process. One of the things that our schools will also help you do is develop your soft skills. And I think you can, if you're going, what the heck's a soft skill? It's the interactive skills. It's those personable skills. You all have probably interacted with a doctor or a nurse that you're like, ooh, their bedside manner just is not very good. And you've probably interacted with some that's a really good experience. Not only are they caring for me, my physical well-being, but they have that ability to connect with you as a person. And those soft skills are skills that you'll develop at our schools, because you will be required and expected to engage in conversations and engage in class discussions. If you're looking to sort of be the wallflower and hide in class at the back of the auditorium or in the back of the gymnasium and the professors on the Jumbotron, that's not the experience you're going to get at any one of our campuses and in our colleges. So you're going to be expected to engage, have thoughts, ideas, and contribute to your education. Very oftentimes you will hear admissions folks say, the more you put into your education, the more you're going to get out of your education. And that is a true statement at every one of our schools. The more you are involved in the campus community, not just going to class and coming back and going to the dining hall and eating, but the more you're involved, the more you're going to get out of it, because it goes back to the more you're involved, the more those doors and opportunities open for you. We were all student athletes, and by attending one of our schools, you're going to get the best of both worlds of being a student and being an athlete. There are a lot of different possibilities and options there for you, but it really is the best of both worlds. And also, you don't have to give up your other passions or hobbies and enjoyments. So if you want to be a student and a part of the equestrian team and be part of the student government, or you want to be part of academic clubs, organizations, be on the drama team or the debate team, you have those opportunities as well. We would all probably to a fault say that one of the dangers of coming to our schools is all the variety of opportunities to be involved on campus and to be in part of that campus community. So you've got some good options here.
All right, so this is one of the most popular questions when people come to visit our colleges, especially those colleges that have any sort of equine studies program or anything like that. Can you get a job in the horse world when you graduate, whether or not your degree ties to anything horse related? So I will personally say that after I graduated, I went and rode professionally for a couple years. I worked with people and rode with people from all of the colleges that are here today. There are job opportunities out there all the time. In the horse industry, there are job opportunities literally far and wide, and many of them are not considered your typical horse related job. And so many people don't really consider them until somebody offers it to them, or they really start digging deep and looking for them. One thing to consider during your college search is the opportunities you may look for after graduation. Do you want to incorporate your degree into the horse world? Do the professors and coaches at the institution you're looking at have the connections to help connect you to any of the people that maybe need some help? Or, if you look at some of the opportunities here on this slide, then you'll see there are so many different options for how you can turn whatever degree you get into something that can be a part of the horse industry and improve the horse industry. Many colleges with equestrian programs do have the connections to help you work your degree into the horse industry. Colleges with any form of equine studies program, or even more specific degrees. I know Briar has certificate programs. All of those programs, they typically give students the opportunity to combine their degrees and classes in order to create a very tailor-made custom degree track, which can also help you working your degree and your education into the horse industry. There really are endless possibilities to earn a degree and incorporate your education into the horse world. You just really have to be on the lookout for job opportunities you're searching for. So, looking at this list, I personally know someone that went into equine law, and she did legal studies while she was in college. A girl that I know who went to, I believe it was Sweet Briar Hollands. I can't remember off the top of my head. I used to work with her, and she just started Ringside Pro, and that's pretty cool. That's it. She started her own platform. There's just a lot of opportunities in here with equine insurance and marketing and sales. You name it, you can probably tie it into the horse industry. So yes, there are always job opportunities in the horse world.
Scholarships, where's the money? How many times do I hear that? Do we all hear that from parents? We understand you're in an equestrian world, you're looking at a private institution. We all understand that you want to find that money and get as much as you can to help you down the path. First and foremost, my recommendation is always go to your high school guidance, college counseling office. Normally they will have a list for you. If that's not available right now, and we all know that COVID has taken some things out of our normal day, check out the web. Go to the web. Check out cfnc.org if you're in North Carolina, collegeboard.org, scholarships.com, schoolsoup.com. I bet that's a new one. That's one that we don't hear as often as we do the others. Fast Web, and I've given some examples on the side here. You will see some examples of how those websites look. mycollegeoptions.org, collegenet.com, cksf.org. Who has started applying for those scholarships? Start now. One fun one. Does everybody know about the duct tape scholarship? Yes, there's a duct tape scholarship. We had a student apply last year. She came in and she had made a mannequin of herself that was riding on her horse. Needless to say, she got the duct tape scholarship from Duct Tape. She got an art scholarship from us, and she got an equestrian scholarship from us on top of her academic scholarship. So be creative, folks. Think outside of the box. Ice cream. Who eats ice cream? I do. Do you know Briar's gives an ice cream scholarship? You don't know what you qualify for until you try. Students come in all the time, and my question is, do you sing in a choir? Do you act in a play? Think outside the box. You may think, but I don't sing that well. You don't know who's applying for that scholarship with you. Maybe nobody is. So if you apply and nobody else is applying, you sing better than the other one that applied, right? You're the best there is. Also, think inside of your career field. Think inside the equestrian world. IHSA, Intercollegiate Horse Show, gives a scholarship. Those of you that ride IEA, they give a scholarship. College Prep Invitational, if you've traveled to New Jersey or Florida to do those events, they give a scholarship. United States Hunter Jumper Association, scholarships. Pony Club Finals scholarships. USEF scholarships. Dover Saddlery. Where do you buy your tack? Your tack rooms, your local tack shops. In addition to Dover, publications, The Plaid Horse. Check those out. Start at home also. Look at CVS. Look at who's your trainer. Have you asked? Have you asked your trainer? I just need this much, maybe just to buy new boots. Check out all that are available to you. Ask the schools. I know we at St. Andrews, we do have an equestrian scholarship. Some schools do, some schools don't. Ask, how do I qualify? What do I need to do? Folks, the money's out there. Be aggressive, be proactive for yourself, and by all means, talk to us. We want to hear from you.
So just a few questions to ask during your college search. It's really important to ask questions because you really want to get to know, the college that you're looking at, as well as certain questions about the equestrian program as well. So one of, the first thing I thought of is ask about the fees and what do you get for those fees? do you have to pay your entry fees? Do you have to pay travel expenses? Do you have to pay to ride, or is it included in your tuition? So you just want to know, what fees that you'll be paying outside of your tuition and your room and board. What showing opportunities are offered? Do you get to go off campus? If you get to go off campus, what kind of horse shows do you get to go to? Are they local? Are they rated? Are they on the A circuit? Do you have to pay to travel off campus, trailering fees, that sort of thing? Another thing is, where is the equestrian facility in relation to the campus? If it's directly on campus, it's easy to get there, right? If it's off campus, then you're spending time and your resources commuting back and forth to the barn. Some colleges have their riding classes built into the academic curriculum. So you're not, juggling your academics and riding. So you just want to see how far the barn is and if that's something that you could handle commuting back and forth. So that kind of goes into my next question. Are the classes built around your academic schedules? Do they overlap? What does your time at the barn look like? When are the riding classes? Are they, a couple times a week? If you're riding twice a week, are you able to ride outside of your lessons? Also ask if you can ride if you don't have any experience. Some people, see how popular the program is at their college, and it might pique their interest to be able to learn how to ride. Or what is, your growth throughout the program? Can you come in as, an intermediate student and, learn and grow your riding experience? Do you have to show, or can you just, go on a trail ride every once in a while? Just see what opportunities are out there for you. So these are just a few questions to help you relating to the riding program, but also just ask questions about, the college in general, whether, how are the people, visit a college and ask those questions. Get to know the staff member, the faculty members, speak to the students, just so you can see if you can see yourself at that college for the next 4 years of your life.
And I think we have hopefully told you time and time again throughout this presentation that we want to be here to support you during your college search journey. And so our contact information is on the screen. So if you do have any questions moving forward, or you want to get in touch with us about the equestrian programs, about the academic programs, just general institutional questions, we would love to hear from you and want to be there to support your college search journey and inform you as best as we can about the recruitment process for our equestrian programs, as well as other aspects of our institution. So we just really appreciate the time that you took out of your afternoons to learn a little bit more about our phenomenal equestrian programs and institutions. And I think hopefully if you take something away from this is that we all have a lot to offer. And so even though a lot of times admission officers or admission counselors talk about finding your best fit schools, there are so many schools that can be your best fit schools. And so just start to really embrace the knowledge that you can gain from all of these institutions and try and find the school that you're going to feel like you can thrive and grow at most. So thank you so much. It looks like we might have a question. So I will turn it over to somebody to answer this, but are there equestrian programs from each school more for advanced riders, or is it also for beginners? So does somebody want to kick that question off? I know we only have a couple minutes left.
So Bridgewater does both. We have opportunities for beginners and advanced riders.
Emory and Henry is the same. We have opportunities for every level of rider.
St. Andrews is the same. We have those that have never ridden and those that want to ride professionally.
Same with
The
Sweet
same
Briar.
goes for Sweet Briar and Hollins too. So all levels are welcome. And we all have horses that can accommodate all levels and coaches that are well-versed in coaching all levels. So do any of the schools here have show jumping or eventing opportunities?
I will say, as far as Emory and Henry goes, our director of our riding program was an eventer before she came back to Emory and Henry to teach. So she does take students to horse trials and things like that outside, but we don't have a school team.
St. Andrews does offer a hunter, of course, jumping. We do do some with eventing. We take our students that are eventers over to Southern Pines and they work individually. We do not have an eventing show team, but our eventers do fall under our dressage program. So they are part of the dressage team.
Sweetbriar is very similar. We don't have an eventing team, but we have opportunities. We have hunter paces and hunter trials and an equa trial on campus. So still ways for you to get out in the field, but we don't have the team.
And Holland doesn't have a specific eventing team as well, or jumper team, but we do participate in some shows where students will enter in the jumper arenas. And we have cross-country fields on campus where students will also be able to practice. We have had student athletes come that had a background in eventing and integrated really well into our equestrian program. I believe we are running very short on time. I got that cue. I know that there are a couple of questions that remain in the Q&A, so we will follow up with you following this presentation and be able to answer all of your questions. But thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate y'all's time today. Again, students who were in here, if you didn't get your question answered, be sure to follow up with these folks directly. They would be more than happy to help you. Thanks again once for joining us. When you all close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, keep in mind that additional sessions are being held. If you want to sign up for those, please hop over to strivescan.com/Virginia. In about a week, you will be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. Thank you all so much and have a great day.